So from a regulatory standpoint, it depends upon the type of product. But products destined for, say, use in an explosive atmosphere or a medical device, if they're risky enough, you're required to do your due diligence basically to make sure that your process is working, and you may be able to use something other than a PFMEA. But a PFMEA is generally one of the tools that's recognized to help mitigate these issues. And an important point is, in a lot of cases, the project manager is going to be saying, pounding their fist on the desk, is, we need to get the PFMEA done. So you do the PFMEA, box gets checked, PFMEA is filed. This kind of a document, it's not a box to be checked, it's a process to be followed. And you have to kind of think about it all the way along. And if you're out working on getting the line set up and you notice something that's a little, wait a minute, we didn't think about this, that's the time to pull it back open and add more information to it about, hey, wait a minute, this particular jig has got a problem where it might damage the component as we're trying to apply the adhesive. And we can't tell until the very end of the process. Maybe we can't tell until well after the product shipped. So, the PFMEA is then used to document the fact that you've noticed this and you're going to go ahead and fix it. So it also kind of gives you a little bit of history and a place to document how you're thinking about the process. And especially with a medical device, it's important that you document those changes and why you did them. And the PFMEA can be that document to help you back that up.
And one more point, taking a little bit different look at it. When it comes to regulatory certification, right, the product has been certified by some regulatory body. And maybe as an output of that certification, there's a critical components list, which is a list of components that cannot be changed without communication to the regulatory body. Well, you have that critical components list, and as a manufacturer, we're bound to confirm that we use those parts and only those parts. So we need to make sure that our process will only allow those parts to get used in the product, to get used in the manufacturing process. So an input to the PFMEA might be, hey, there's a critical components list. How are we proving that we're using all these parts? How are we proving that the parts on this critical components list are accurate to what we're buying, to what we're receiving, and to what we're using in the product? It may be something as simple as the part needs to be routed through our incoming inspection so that it can be documented. Yep, we ordered this, we received that. I confirm that it's accurate to the critical components list. Okay, they're safe to use. It could be something a little bit more complex where we need to serial number track a component, because that'll allow that traceability to go through the part into the product. So to your point of a regulatory approval, conducting the PFMEA, I don't think a regulatory demands it, but there could definitely be inputs to the PFMEA to confirm the regulatory certification of the product.